So, hi, welcome, or welcome back, although I'd be surprised if, well, you know what, never mind. Anyway, hi, I'm Danny, and here I crochet, and it's been a long time since I filmed, and I filmed a really long intro, and I kind of hated it, because it was basically me going through all the projects that I need to work on, and that's just too much. I'm not actually going to work on all of those things in August. So here's an updated intro. It's going to cut to something kind of rough, but sorry. I started out this month with some blocking and weaving in ends on old projects. Then kind of discovering in that process and trying them on after that, that I need to add a little bit more to some of those projects. So I'm probably going to do that at the beginning of next month. I also went to the cabin this month, and I have recently moved, and so I got to visit some local yarn shops, which I was really excited about and really enjoyed. And yeah, I basically work on 2 projects this month, a daisy kind of filet crochet top, as well as a Scrappy sweater, and I'll talk a little bit more about those at the very end of the video and just give you a progress update for what I was able to get done in August. But yeah, I just wanted to give a bit of a softer intro. So hope you enjoy the video. Rough cut now. That's it. And then I have 2 things that I also need to weave in, a few ends or block. These projects you guys may be more familiar with. This is this lacy purple tank top. I don't know if you guys saw this finished, probably did. I'm just going through my pile because I don't remember what I've shown previously and what I'm not. And so this project definitely still needs to be blocked. I think that would fix a lot of the issues that I have with it, but it already does have the buttons and everything on it, so this is basically wearable, truly. Just needs to be blocked. Okay, and then this was the first edition of me trying to self-draft a raglan fingering weight sweater pattern. And I just stopped at the t-shirt length because I figured that the sleeves would be easy. Figuring out with this next edition, the sleeves are not so easy, but I fixed all of the chest increase and decrease issues. I was going for a very fitted fit. I wanted it to be not an oversized sweater, and I'm doing all of this to eventually work with some really pretty yarn that I got on vacation. But anyways, this has like 1 or 2 ends that need to be weaved in, and it just needs to be blocked. Okay. Hello, everybody. I also want to mention I blocked this shirt and I actually wore it yesterday out to work, and I do really like it. However, I realized that I would like to make some adjustments. I just want to make maybe one more stripe on the bottom and one more stripe on each of the arms, because as they are now, they're just kind of a little bit short, and I think they could use one more stripe on each side. And because I, recently wound up even more of these yarns, I think it's worth it. So might have to unwind these a little, but yeah. Hello everybody, it's Danny, and I'm just checking in because I'm going to be heading up to the cabin, and kind of just wanted to preface all that footage of the cabin. So yeah, see you there. Hey everybody, it's Danny. I had a random floating holiday that I decided to use on going to a yarn store, and so I went to a yarn store called Paradise, and so I got some yarns for a very special project that I've been excited about for a long time, and I cast it on this month, and I've made a lot of progress actually, which I'll do at the end in a progress check-in. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys Paradise. Alright, hello everybody. I just got back from the yarn store. You'll have seen clips, and I just wanted to quickly go through my haul. So number one, we have this Heritage Cascade Yarns, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, and it's in this gorgeous green color. I've been trying to color match the green in my McCall yarn. If you recall, it's that really pretty multicolor yarn, so I got this to be my green, and I'm so excited to probably start that soon. I also have been having fun looking for mini skeins for my Scrappy oversized sweater project, and so I got a couple different things for that. Number one, they had just these mini skeins for like $4 each, and I just really like this neon green, and I kind of wanted to see color matches, whether or not this was a good neon green for a different project, and I think this green is a better green, and I like this green a lot more. But I don't get me wrong, I love a brat green. And then I also got this little turquoise number because I thought it was cute. And then next I got this little cute, adorable paint jar full of mini skeins. And so I'm going to pop this open. You get a little thingy that comes with it to pop it open. That's so cute. And it came with these 5 mini skeins of yarn. So number one, we've got this. This colorway. Very multicolor. I really want to intersperse multicolor stripes and solid stripes. So I think this is going to be good for my multicolor stripes. Here's another good solid stripe, a nice solid brown, nice chocolate brown. And then here we have this orange and purpley multicolor. And lastly, we have another very, very multicolor with a little bit more pink tones. So yeah, these are all my mini skeins that I got. I love me some mini skeins, so I'm very excited to start this project probably in this coming fall. I'm also going to keep this packaging because this packaging is so cute. But yeah, I'm going to cake these up while I listen to my friends play some games, and I'm going to do that right now. So there's those. Oh, and also I got this tape measure. I've always wanted a tape measure that, you know, is more like a sewing tape measure, and it's a little snail, and it's got a little tip of the tape measure, and then this button brings it back in, so and it locks, and then you can just press this and it brings it back in, which is so cute. It's a little keychain. Love it. Anyways, see you guys in a bit. So, getting these, and I'm expecting some more mystery mini skeins in the mail sometime this week, kind of made me want to jumpstart the project that they're for, which I've always loved the idea of a scrap sweater, but I made a Scrappy vest in the past, and although I liked the idea and I kind of liked the design, it's not wearable for me and my style. It is a little bit too busy, which is fine, but it's just not for me. So I wanted to make something that I could actually wear, and so I started really thinking about it, and I was thinking, you know what, the best Scrappy sweaters that I really think I would wear that I see online are something that people make with maybe bigger sections of scrap. and have a bit more thought put into the layout of the colors, and also have a common like accent color. So like the scrap is the accent color to the you know, maybe a cream, a white, or a black. And I really did think about a black accent color for a long time, or like a main color, but I just found that it was a bit too harsh, and so was white. So I've ended up going with this unicorn merino wool in cream. I like it a lot. I've got 2 of these, but I just wound one up. I've tried to get ahead of the game on winding some of this stuff right now, just so that when I get my new yarns in the mail, I'm not having to wind up like a shit ton of stuff all at once. So yeah, so I did go ahead and cast on this project, and this is what I've got so far. I am working bottom up in the round. I'm making an oversized sweater, and instead of doing the raglan fitted thing that I usually do, I'm working from the bottom up, and I'm working really oversized because I really want this to be something I can throw on in the winter and really enjoy the fact that it's made out of wool, and it won't be, you know, all up in my armpits and stuff. Anyway, so this is the colors that we have going so far. So far I've got, you know, I'm doing 2 stripes of each, so I've got 2 stripes of the cream color and then 2 stripes of a mix of, I started with my least consistent yarns first, so I had this really, really light pink. You might not be able to tell that this first row is a pink, but it is. I had this really light pink, this about the same pink that I used for my ballerina top that you guys are going to see, or should have seen in the January vlog. And then I also had some of this purple left over from my button-up top. Some of you may recognize. This is even this pink is actually a little bit too big, but I literally have nothing else to use it in, so I wanted to use it in this project. But I have a lot left over of the kind of viscose, like, lilac color from the button-up top, but I'm going to try and, utilize that in something else, because it's just slightly bigger than a fingering weight, and so it just makes it off, which is what I found to be a problem in my Scrappy vest, is that if the weights were too different, it really bulks up and changes the project, which was kind of okay for the houndstooth stitch, but when you're just doing normal double crochet stripes, I really want to have a consistent texture, because the only thing that you want to be super wild is the scraps themselves. And so the next color that I have is actually this, if you shop from Hobby enough, you can earn points from them, and eventually you get, here's a little bit of it, but I have a whole skein of it. It's a little like 100% wool like sock yarn. I guess it's meant to make like 1 pair of socks, and so you can use your points on it. So I've used my points on it in the past, not really having a project in mind, so I thought I would go ahead and use it in this, and I thought that really kind of balanced out, and it's a multicolor, so we've got some multicolor there in the 3rd row, and then we've got some blue and some yellow, and some white, honestly, that kind of blends in with the cream but stands out just enough. So yeah, so now I'm working on a brown row with the new brown yarn, and I think what my idea is going to be is that I want each row of colors of scrap to go back and forth between solid and multicolor. This is close enough to solid that I'm just going to use this as a solid as well, just because I don't have a lot of solid colors right now in the mini skeins. And I also want to try and go back and forth between warm tone and cool tone. I want to have these wild pops of color, you know, these two with a cream row in between would be great, and then followed up by another lighter tone going into another crazy color. Not that I want all the colorful or solids to be, I guess maybe I'll have to rethink that, but I think that this is going to be a really incredible sweater, and I'm really, really excited to see how it turns out. did some more damage. I wanted to take a look at all the yarns I had for this Scrappy sweater, so I kind of pulled them all out, and I just wound up the new ones that I got from the second yarn shop. And this is what I've got so far. So this is my main color that goes in between every stripe. These are my like true multicolors. These are my like visibly multicolor, and these are my solids. So as you can see in the solids, we have a balance. We don't have a balance. We have a really big lean towards the blues and greens and darks, and then like an orange, and then also have this red or pink. So I kind of need some more light colors in here. I need like a purple and some red or yellow. That is green, just so we're aware. That is green. Greeny yellow. Overall, we're pretty balanced right now, but I just wanted to lay it out so I can see, like, I'm still trying to do the stripes in like warm tone, cool tone, warm tone, cool tone. And I do want to balance warm toned and solids and like multicolors, but I don't want it to look overbalanced like this. Like right now we look like we kind of have, for solids, we really only have a lot of cool tone solids instead of warm tone solids, and we mostly have warm tone multicolors than cool tone. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still waiting for some in the mail, and we'll see what comes in with that, because that might put us in a balanced place, but we'll see.
Hi everybody. I'm just checking in because I got a package, and this is the mystery yarn that I've been expecting. So let's see what is inside. I'm gonna rip it open. I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna try not to look. Okay. I'm so glad. We got some really good solids here, honestly. So we've got a nice solid blue, yellow, green, brown, and pink. Just perfect, because I was needing some more warm color solids, so that's the yellow and the pink covered. And these greens kind of go with what I've got. I like this. I like this a lot. I was hoping for more multicolors, I'm not going to lie, but I don't mind it very much. Can I get a kiss? Can I kiss forever?
Hey again. You've made it to the end of the video, to the progress update. Thank you so much for watching this far. I filmed a lot this month, and I didn't really realize it because I kind of just kept filming and doing fun stuff. And then editing it has been like also an all month long process. So thank you for making it this far. I really appreciate it. It makes the labor worth it. But if you were interested in seeing what became of the projects that I was crocheting throughout this video, here you go. So number one was what I'm calling my Sunshine Daisy blouse. I made a lot of headway on this at the cabin, but it's also been my bring to work project. And you'll notice that I've added like kind of little sleeve additions here. I don't know if it's gonna stay like this. We'll see. I only have this much yellow left, and they actually don't make this. This is Sultan Cotton Kings. I'm not sure what kind of colorway, but I know that it's not in make anymore because I've looked to buy more of it to add a bit more of a sleeve to this project, and that has not been a thing. I can get Sultan Solid in yellow, which would probably work, but we'll see. I honestly just might leave it like this because, I mean, this looks finished enough, I guess. But yeah, so the last thing that I'm doing is I made these two front panels and the side panels as well as these sleeves. I made 3 rows of, I call it a half shell stitch, but essentially it's, for the first row you do normal single crochet or double crochet, and then every like 5 stitches you skip, and in that 5th stitch you're gonna do 4 double crochets and then a chain 2 and then a single and then another double crochet, all in the same 5th stitch, and then you'll skip another 5 and do it again, and it creates this kind of half shell stitch that is a little bit asymmetrical, but it looks really cool. It looks like a little wave lace detail, and I love adding it to projects. I learned it a long time ago to make a much older project that is still not finished that we'll get back to eventually. Anyway, I'm just adding the final details these past couple work nights, so I've just added another row to the front panel just along the edge, as well as this little continuous little tie, because I want it to have a little tie front. And I need to do that to the other side, but after that, that's about it. I think I want to weave in ends and be done with this little vest. I think that this is a super cute top, and I want to wear it over, like, I really imagine this over a white tee, which I have one of, but it has a design on it, so I might need to shop around for a plain cropped white t-shirt. But yeah, this plain cropped white t-shirt and some blue jeans, absolutely beautiful summer look. And honestly, I just had fun making it, and you know, if that isn't half the battle. Now for the thing that I'm really, really excited for, and am really actively working on pretty much every night. In fact, it's on my hook right now. You guys saw all those Scrappy yarns and were probably thinking, man, I wonder what she's gonna make with that. It's probably gonna turn out kind of ugly. Well, it's beautiful, so you can enjoy it with me. Anyway, this is where it's at so far. Loving the colors that I've got going on. I just put on one of the most multicolors of multicolors. I'm so excited for this to be added. And you know what? I was so right to put this project on and to start it up, because every other row is exciting, you know. I'm switching every 2 rows, and the rows are going by really fast now. I started out really wide because I wanted it very oversized, but you'll notice that I've been doing at least 2 decreases, one on each side, for quite a few rows now, to try and just keep that shapeage of a wider bottom and kind of skinnier top. But I've stopped now. A couple rows back, I stopped the decreases because I didn't want it to get too fitted around the chest and look really billowy. So I'm trying to maintain the oversized look with maybe a little bit less yarn usage. Speaking of which, we still have quite a bit left of our like primary color that we're using in between every piece of scrap. So I'm really happy with how this is going, because these are expensive. This is Hobby Unicorn merino wool, and it's like $18 a skein normally, and that's not even including shipping. I love it a lot, I will say, but this is not a sustainable thing for me. So I'm definitely gonna have to start going back to Paradise Fibers and maybe finding some other options for merino wools that are solids that I like. But yeah, really happy with how this is going, and that is pretty much it for stuff that I'm really actively working on. And yeah, thank you again so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!